Hey, this is Blake Sloan. I've been selling real estate over 14 years. Our team of highly trained professionals, along with our unmatched marketing, has sold thousands of homes here in the Myrtle Beach area, and this is how we do it.
So, I want you guys to look at this. What brings people down, and I noticed this in the morning, some people show up with their hair all still not done, right, sideways, looking rough. And so what baffles me as a producer is like, how does they have it together some days, how do they not have it together some days? And it goes back to, really, are they in the zone? And it comes with how you show up consistently. I wish I had much more colors, but the reality is we're going to talk about something called the zone. The zone is like, am I on point? Matt said too, am I spot on in how I act? Because, again, we talked about in previous trainings how to do anything is how to do everything, but I want to have one focus as a producer. The focus as a producer is like, how do I get in the zone? And there's two parts to this. So you have to be able to have a routine and a process for you to be here as a person to get where? Into the zone. Right? And so this is kind of where it's at. And you can tell if that person's done the work to get in the zone. How do we do that? There's got to be a routine that puts you there. Why is that? We're humans. And so we can be on fire one day, have a great day, one day, and then what happens? Wake up next day not feeling great. What has to get you there has to be a system and process to get you in the zone. Specifically, what I've learned, and I've done this, is there needs to be a time and location daily that helps you get in the zone. And so what I mentioned by that, and what I've been able to do and learn this through Warrior a lot, is mine's down to the minute every single day. The only day it's off is on Tuesdays. I come in a little earlier. But to the second, I'm at the gym the exact same second. I walk out my house every single morning, right, the same exact time. I get back, do the same exact thing, and that process I go through. If you notice the videos, usually come about 8 a.m. Why is that? Because I have to have a conscious effort for me as a human, as a producer, as a top producer, right, in this world. I have to have a way, aka a time and location, to get myself in the zone. No one's going to be able to show up consistently without having some type of process to get them there. And so when I ask yourself that question today is, do I have a process that gets me in the zone? First part, do I have a process that gets me in the zone? The second part of that is I need two things. What do you think they are? Time and location. From your own perspective and your own energetic standpoint, it needs to be the same place at the same time. Why? It's how your brain's wired. Really, more than anything, it brings certainty to you. And so what you're doing is you're morphing your energy around that time and that place. And so every single morning, I'm putting positive things in there. I do 2 stacks. Right? I have a process of what I do. So I'm filling my mind with certain things. Also, the same exact thing on the way to work. I'll listen to a specific podcast, one that just played. Right? I have a process for that. And so there's a way to get yourself manually into that zone, get you more productivity. Does that make sense? And so the first part, I need to have I need to have a routine. If I'm showing up here and ask yourself, what's my routine look like? Do I have a routine? And more importantly, is my routine putting me in power? And so what does that got to be? It's got to be scheduled. Like I mentioned, in the mornings, I don't even need a watch. Because to the minute, I can look and I just know exactly what time it is. It was 8:13. I look 8:13 because it's so methodical in that. But what happens is that's what brings success, because it brings you the word we all need in this business, which is consistency. For us, we have a tool that helps. My tool is this thing called Core 4. If you're new, you haven't really learned about that yet, I'm debating teaching it because some of us have been through it multiple times. But you have to have a place and a way for you to dramatically increase your energy. For me, it's getting all 4 parts of my life together that morning, which is my body, my being, my balance, and my business. Right? And so the first part of that is getting my points in my body. It's a way. Who remembers this? Body, I have 2 things I do every single morning.
Did you sweat?
Yep. Did I sweat today? So obviously I work out. Brandon's there with me every morning, work out. Right? I get 1/2 a point for my body in my workout. AK, did I sweat? Why is that important? I'm disciplining my mind through disciplining my body that morning. Is it easy to get up? Nope, never easy to get up. Like I mentioned to you all before, every morning on the way to the gym, it sucks. It's terrible. But I get there, have the energy, I get done, I have certainty because I obviously access more certainty and I access more discipline through me actually doing it in the morning. That's why working out is so much more important in the morning, because it brings me momentum for the rest of the day. Right? Second part of that is green smoothie. Get 1/2 point for that because I'm putting greens, healthy things in my body, which obviously is a fuel. And so that's important. For me, I usually make a whole big thing of a Ninja. It lasts me for 3 days. The initial day, I have 2 small things that I'm able to have. That really lasts me so it's quicker. That makes sense for you guys in that regard? Being important to have that part. 2 things I do with that. 1/2 meditation. I usually do that at lunch. And 1/2 is my stack in a way. It's a journaling, but I do that obviously through stacking. That helps me deal with what? My problems, my pain, the issues, what triggered me yesterday. If I come in today carrying weight from what triggered me yesterday, I'm not set up in the zone. And so part of that's like, what am I doing? What's my process in the morning to forget yesterday and be empowered today? Because one of the hardest things to do as a leader is to not carry the shit from yesterday, because if you have a problem and I go off on you, get triggered about something that has nothing to do with the previous thing, that's going to harm you and harm me. Right? And so the process is like, how do I get in the zone so I can be in this place that we talked about before? I talked to you guys a few weeks ago. Is flow. Does that make sense? Balance, obviously. That's where gratitude comes in. A lot of times you pick a positive message, right? Appreciation message to your spouse or someone you care about. And then usually it's posterity. So if you have kids, you want to do it to your kids. Why is that? You want to make daily deposits into your kids. Because you want to help create more powerful human beings with them. How do you do that? Leave positive notes, positive messages, positive text message. Hey, I'm so proud of you. You're doing great. You're kicking ass. You're going to be somebody. You're going to be whatever. Right? You use that in the morning text. With Kaylee, I usually do a gratitude stack on one of you guys or somebody else. And so that's important for me to do. What happens when I get gratitude? What does gratitude bring me? Happiness, right? If I'm grateful for these things I have in my life and these people, I feel good sharing the gratitude. Especially as a man, I have trouble sometimes sharing those feelings. And so I'm able to take time, write it down, and then send it to that person that I do care about them. And it makes me pause in that morning, in that time to do so. Does that make sense? And so that's an important part to look at as well. And the last part is business. 2 parts of that. Number 1, what do you think it is? What is it? Study. I need to learn something new every day. Why is that? That's how I grow, and I get fulfillment and happiness, and I got some new cool shit to learn, which makes me feel better about myself. I feel better about my chances of winning at business. I feel better that I'm doing the work that someone else is not, and so that I now feel I deserve that success. Not a whole lot of people up at 7 a.m. doing these things after working out at 6 a.m., learning, going through these videos, sharing the videos like we talked about. I'll share the video, and guess what? 1 or 2 people watch them. That just shows the difference of commitment to success there. And so there's a reality there of, am I having that part into the zone? Like you mentioned on the way to work, you listened to one the other week, right? How'd you feel?
Yeah, I loved it. I've been doing it every morning actually. I put it on, I'm doing my hair, my makeup, getting my coffee.
You feel good, right? Because it's all mental. Everything we do is mental. I was teaching this. This is stuff I've been studying a lot with that consulting stuff. It's like deep stuff. When I was telling you about the 80-20 rules and how most people are successful, most aren't, it really breaks down the minds of billionaires and how they operate. It's all the same exact stuff. And they break it down scientifically on how it works because everything compounds. Your thoughts compound. Either positive or negative, they create these loops called a feedback loop. And it goes over and over and over and over. So it's not just one time. It's when that feedback loop's done hundreds and thousands of times that creates the reality for you and how you produce. And so the reality of I do this every morning, right? It's important for us to do. The other thing is declare it. Either write it down somewhere or share an audio or video somewhere. We have a stack that we use in Warrior that is type it up. It's a declare stack. But you guys can be sharing because if I can't share it, I don't know it. Does that make sense? And so I'm going to do a whole class for newer people on this. But this is how you have 4-dimensional power, but you have one goal here. The flow. I do probably 3/4 of this in the morning and the other part in the afternoon. Because I want to be in flow, right? I got to make sure that I have that stack for me in my regard, but make sure I'm obviously pushing. Here's the thing I want you to ask yourself for you guys. This is why I was teaching this for. It made me think about this. Is your zone giving you momentum? AK, your morning routine, is it giving you momentum? If it's not, what's that mean? It's not serving you to be who you need to be. And that's what I was going to teach on, but I don't have time on that. Is like what separates the successful people from the unsuccessful is all mental. It's all who you used to be and who you think you can be. That's what separates the 80-20 rule from anybody. Is your belief system about you. And so what you have to do is you have to transcend yourself. The problem is I can't transcend myself in a day or 2 days or 3 days or 4 days. It compounds over time. And so when I teach you guys about that, which I'm going to teach next week about the alchemy of self and how these feedback loops compound over and over and over, that's what makes or breaks it. But I want you guys to ask yourself that question. Is my zone give me momentum? And the one way to really do that, the litmus test, is look yourself in the mirror before you go to work every day and ask that question to yourself. Am I in the zone? Is my routine giving me momentum? I can happily do that every morning based on my zone, what I'm doing, because it's methodical, it's on purpose. Does it suck? Yeah, kind of sometimes. But it doesn't suck being in power and be able to conquer and do these things to have the ultimate fulfillment on the back end. And so as we have the next 50 days, whatever we have left, I want you guys to really dig down and focus on this, because how can I build myself momentum and get myself into the flow every single day? Every single day. Every single day. You got to jumpstart yourself every morning. Right? Zig Ziglar talked about, mindset and learning. He says just like bathing. Right? You got to do it every single day. And so what do? You schedule it. If I can't get in the morning, what do I need to do? Just get up one day and then get to bed at the reasonable time the next day. But it's all decisions you guys make.